It's the Eagle Community Television Forum with your host, Gary Shorman.
Hi everyone, and this is a special edition of the Forum because this probably won't actually go on real television, but I'm with my buddy here, Marty Patterson, and we're heading off on an adventure here in the next couple of weeks that's going to involve cross country from north to south, a fun trip on some, I'll call them classic motorcycles.
1946 UL is what I'm driving, and you're driving a 40, a war bike.
And so, will they make it the entire trip?
Well, if they had better riders, probably. But
well, I want to tell you, I got into this. It's because of him. We got started, and you rode in a cross-country race going from east to west last year. That was quite a trip.
With the Cannonball, which is a different race than this. This is on even older motorcycles than what we're riding on this time, and we had a 26 Harley Davidson on that one. We didn't quite make it all the way. We blew up the engine. My brother was driving that day, not me.
He was in charge of the engine.
He was in charge of it, and he ran it out of oil, and that was that.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah, and so I spent the next 3 days rebuilding it, and then we finished the last 1,000 miles. But that bike didn't quite make it. Maybe these with recirculating oil will make it.
Well, that's different. You do a great job of following the mechanical part of this. I'm catching up at this point. But as you do this, you see those old bikes are just really fun to be around. And I know they're going to show a couple of pictures here while you and I are talking of the old motorcycles. But you mentioned mine is a 1940, an old war bike. It was all over Germany during World War II, and those are tough little old motorcycles.
They built them tough to last, you know, with the war effort, and had kids riding them. I mean, these were 18 to 25-year-old kids riding them, so they had to be fairly simple. So hopefully, me and you can coax them across the country.
Hopefully, we'll have to see if we get there. Now, at one point, you were on another team, and Terry and Pat.
Yes.
And now, did you get kicked off that team, or what happened?
Well, they told me I was family, and then for some reason, when I applied for my own number, they said, no, you have to stay with those guys. And so I don't have a number for next year's Cannonball. My brother is holding it hostage, saying that I might ride or I might not ride, depending on how he feels for the day.
Well, we'll hope we get your number, but your number this year is 55.
55.
And my number is 75. And I guess if we're going to team up, if they won't participate, that's their problem,
and
right?
Terry, one of the guys, 101. Is out of Pratt, and my brother is going to be 13, lucky 13.
Lucky 13. And then Brian Derpler, who's here from town, runs a Harley dealership here, is going to be involved also.
And hopefully, you know, having Brian along, we'll have a real good mechanic.
I hear he's the best mechanic in the group.
Oh yeah, by far. He's probably forgotten more than we know about those old motorcycles.
Well, the trip's going to be fun, Marty. We start up in northern Michigan, right on the Canadian border in Michigan. And the first day, then we go south. We end up. And if we put the map up right now, you'll see where we start. We start in Sault Ste. Marie. We go to Ludington, Michigan, and then we get to go over Lake Michigan on a ferry.
Yeah, they said bring tie-down straps.
Tie down, so we're across there. We end up at Milwaukee at the Harley plant, and then go down through Urbana, Illinois, through Kentucky, Bowling Green, then Chattanooga, Tennessee, Macon, Georgia, Tallahassee, Florida, Lakeland, Florida, and then Miami before the grand finale in Key West, Florida.
And I think we're going to the Corvette factory in Bowling Green.
Well, if the motorcycles quit, we can get a Corvette. That would be,
maybe so.
That may be what we need. So, you know, one of the things that you can do is follow the race along on the motorcyclechase.com is the website. And there's also a Facebook page that goes along with that, and we'll be doing some photos ourselves along the way.
Yeah, they'll be keeping track of points each day. You know, each mile is worth a point that you ride, and so if the mileage is 275 for the day, there's 275 points available. And so if you make it on time to each spot that you go along the way, you get all 275 points for the day. If you don't, then you get picked up by the trailer of shame at some point, and that's how many miles you get to wherever they pick you up. And then hopefully you can fix your bike to ride the next day.
Now, in the cross-country chase, you actually have a team that can go with you to help repair the bikes.
No,
but in this one,
the Cannonball,
we
have a team, and we have a van that follows us with all the tools and the mechanics and everything with us. This, we have to carry everything on the motorcycles, and we are up to our own to get across the country.
So if you break down, you can't get fixed by the next start, you're done for the trip.
You call in U-Haul.
Call you all, or call somebody and come pick us up, right?
Try to find somebody to get us to Key West, because our wives are going to Key West, obviously. They're not doing any of the rest of it.
Yeah, they're just going to meet us there. They may be there the whole time while we're out riding. Now, one of the things that's pretty cool, though, you talk about classic motorcycles. I brought this along. This is the classic cross-country chase motorcycle jersey. That goes along with that. But there's a lot of cool stuff that goes along with these old motorcycles.
There is, and the crowd, you know, usually at lunchtime we have a Harley-Davidson dealership or a Triumph dealer or somebody is sponsoring for these old vintage motorcycles to come into, and they draw pretty big crowds. And then the same thing at supper. They'll be on display for an hour or two at each spot. We get time to work on our bikes and regroup a little bit after running 150 miles on a hardtail. But so each stop, you know, some of those crowds got to 2,000 and 3,000 people on the Cannonball. I don't know if this race will be that way, but it'll be some big crowds there.
You know, there was an old motorcycle show just here in town, and the number of people that came through just to look at those old bikes and how they're put together. You know, you look at comfort, some of the creature comforts of having nice big seats and all that don't really happen on those old motors. You have a little pogo stick and a seat on top, and away you go for 250 miles.
Yeah, you know, my bike's got a load limit of 250 pounds, and you know, I'm already kind of a big guy, so I can't pack a whole lot extra on that old girl. She ain't gonna make it.
Well, we're gonna find out, because it's gonna be a lot of fun as we take off in Michigan. The race actually starts about a week into September. Let me grab the sheet up here. It starts on the 6th. And runs through the 15th. And so if you can follow along on the cross-country chase online, you can do that. Follow that. We'll also have some other places where you can catch up on some video and some photos. We'll post up there and do that. And I guess, Marty, good luck on your 1946.
Good luck on your 1940. And all we got to do is beat Patrick and Terry.
And that may not be that hard. Hey, thanks for watching this. Hope you tune in and go to the crosscountrychase.com. We'll see you on the road. Thanks for watching.